Hey guys, it's King Rayon, and today we have a video on my final verdict on Genshin Impact versus Wuthering Waves. So I just want to sit down and talk about my thoughts on Genshin Impact and Wuthering Waves into a sort of big comparison video. I'll be mostly putting my thoughts into different parts so that they can be somewhat cohesive. That being said, most of what I say is just my opinion, and even if it says something really critical, just remember I don't hate either game. I put a lot of time on each of them, and I don't mean to bring any negative hate into just video games. I just put my thoughts out there in sort of a review format. That being said, I know there's a lot of drama about these two games, and I should hesitate when talking about them. But honestly, this channel needs some spice, so I'll be glad to farm the haters if they have anything to say. But without further ado, let's get started. So I've been playing Genshin Impact ever since release, and only during Fontaine era I've started making videos covering it. For many years, Genshin Impact has been my daily driver, and I've played many other gacha games before on my cell phone. It's just that none of them stick like Genshin. And for Wuthering Waves, I've started by making a joke stream calling it cheating on Genshin Impact. Ever since then, I've been playing it on the side from time to time, just following the updates. So, I have a full account review on my channel. To summarize, recently I got new bullets, and then I got Replica, lost 50-50 to Kiki in Lolly Banner, and we all know I lost two 50-50s on Celonex Banner. While in Wuthering Waves, I lost my first ever 50-50 on Shorekeeper's Banner and took a break after the loss. However, when I got back during 2.0, I got Carlotta and her weapon early. And here's my review on their gacha systems. Both of them are decent. In Genshin, I've learned to go for the important characters that I want rather than going for most of them. Also, learn to accept 50-50 loss. You know what they say, it is what it is. But you know what really ticks me off recently is that I lost a 50-50 on Lolly Banner, and that I'm very close to get 5-star, which is very sad and infuriating. And the worst part is, Genshin announced that they'll be giving us free rewards. You know when they're going to be giving those rewards? In the fudging second half of the patch, when the limited characters are gone, which is so dumb. I know those rewards are for Chinese New Year, and makes sense to give it near Chinese New Year. It still feels greedy to me in some way. Another fun fact is that Genshin Impact, since 1.0, has never given a free limited 5-star. And I'm not counting Aloy. I know they're doing better by giving a 5-star standard character selector, but honestly, most of those characters are terrible nowadays. I know this game is easy, you can build any character you want and have no problems, but honestly, even if they keep adding characters on standards, I have lost interest in building those characters. And it's because no matter what I do, all I can remember is how I lost 50-50 to that character that one time. And I built a few, I just don't use them because I have other options. Another problem I have with the 5-star selector is that it's only available in the anniversary, and it took them their 4th anniversary to start it. Meanwhile, in WoWa, you want to know when It's the first time they gave you a free character in the fourth patch. It's like, yo, bro, still playing Genshin Impact? Yeah, bro, I've been playing Genshin Impact for 5 years. So yeah, bro, have you ever received a free 5-star in that game? Yeah, bro, I received one free 5 stars standard character selector in the 4th anniversary. That's cool, bro. I also received a free 5-star in WoWa. That's cool, bro. But isn't your game not even a year old yet? Yeah, bro, it's crazy. Jokes aside, I believe there are a lot of things that these two games can learn from each other. I like some things in WoWa. They started double banners sooner, and that they plan to have reruns more often. Weapon banners are 50-50, and they have separate banners. Standard characters in WoW are also made, but it's somewhat okay since you can choose to go for either characters or weapon. And there's this cool thing for whales when you go for their S6, they can just buy the other sequences in shop. But I guess that in Genshin, I like that they added captured regions, but I haven't rocked it yet since. This is just my opinion, but I like Genshin's world/fantasy setting better than WoW. And it's obviously they have different worlds. WoW is more sci-fi, futuristic, sort of cyberpunk kind of world. But honestly, I'm kind of biased to the fantasy medieval setting. And Genshin Impact world has exactly that in the start. A very magical and colorful looking world, while in some areas in WoW, it can look bleak and sort of dystopian. I know both games have beautiful views and fun puzzle world quests, but I'm more likely to explore the Genshin world because I like it more. Biased. Even if Wuthering Waves has better exploration mechanics such as movement, grappling, flight, etc. However, I will praise WoW for that though, because they made me realize one thing is that character gating or region gating mechanics suck so much. Because in Genshin, you need to have a certain character to have flying, grappling, or wall running, but in WoW it's absolutely free, either in gadget form or it's just a game mechanic. That really makes you think which game is more greedy. A game that gives you free exploration quality of life, or a game that makes you get characters in order to have exploration quality of life. Another dumb thing is Genshin has implemented the grappling hook besides getting the character. However, it's only available in Sumeru and maybe in Zuma. Like, why in God's name can you not make it more available in other areas? I know WoW commits this sin by region locking flying, but it's okay because it's free. You don't need to switch characters. That's actually a complaint I have about Genshin. But some characters, it sucks to move around, which makes me not want to play those certain characters. But for other characters, they feel so good. It makes me feel it's almost necessary to have those characters on the team for exploration purposes. Both games have different gameplay mechanics, even though they're both action RPGs. So let's break them down. In Genshin, you use characters and put them in a team of 4. Each of those characters have different weapon, element, skill they provide to the team. Most of them deal damage, while others heal, shield, or support. And in Wuwa, it's pretty much the same. However, it only lets you have a party of 3 characters. And to me, that just feels so restricting. Because if you think about it, realistically, there can only be 3 roles in the game. Main DPS, sub DPS, and support. Makes sense, right? Of course, you want someone to deal most of the damage. So you take a main DPS. And then you want someone to help with dealing the damage, right? And then you want someone to heal the team and keep them alive. And bam, you have a full party. But Rayon, I want to play 2 main DPS. You can, it's just not very synergistic. Because you might want to have to get rid of a healer slash support. And because those DPS might take an reasonable amount of time, which conflicts with the durations of skills and buffs, and make it worse, Wuwa tries to act like it's the harder game with its perfect dodges and stagger mechanics and more unique enemies. Honestly, it's annoying to put effort in fighting every single monster when you just need to put the materials for your under-leveled characters. I know that yes, harder games makes you engage with it more. But to me, it just seems a little bit tedious and time-consuming. In Genshin, there's nothing wrong with team building because it's easy and fun. I can have 4 DPS because some have sustain, and I can have 4 healers that deal damage. There are no limits to creativity when it comes to team building in Genshin Impact. Because at the end of the day, it's possible to. So at the end of the day, the game is very possible with any character. It's just a matter of preference and challenge. Now, for each of the game's elemental systems, in Wuwa, the elements are just there, while in Genshin, the element system actually has impact on the gameplay because elemental reactions make for the most crazy synergies and most fun gameplay I have ever had in a gacha game. Do you remember when they released Dendro and buffed almost every element in the game? Imagine what they can do if they release even more elements in the future. There's still so much potential for synergies and team building. It's going to be insane. Meanwhile, in Wuwa, it's just going to be remember to play different elements so you don't have to deal with enemy resistances. However, I do like the fact that there are a lot of more combat-based events in Wuwa compared to Genshin focus on minigames. Let's just say off the bat, echoes are better than artifacts. And you wanna know why? It's because you can farm them without rest. There are so many times free-to-play players complain about how they wish they wanted more artifact farming to get that perfect artifact. However, they can't because they ran out of resin. But in Wuwa, echo farming stops after you run out of resin and monsters in your world. So there's just more to do because it's more rewarding to farm monsters and explore the world. Because those monsters you collect aren't just for show, but you can actually use them to embody the monster. Use them for battles, puzzles, or even exploration. Some echoes don't even need to be equipped to use in the overworld. It's just convenient and overall enhances my experience with the game. And Wuwa made me realize that they needed to make sanctifying elixir more common just because of how simple it is to get more echoes in Wuwa than in Genshin. And the fun thing is, we actually got artifact loadouts in Wuwa before we got it in Genshin, or if we ever get it in Genshin. Imagine that. So, both of the game's characters look good. I won't complain about design because at the end of the day, it's just opinion based. And the games and the characters look amazing. But I will complain about how in Wuwa, I have a hard time remembering and pronouncing the characters' names. Like some of them are okay, others can just be a bit overwhelming. One day, I was casually watching YouTube videos and then suddenly I saw a video that was comparison between Carlotta and Chlorinde. And after hearing the sound and design and seeing special effects, I do admit Wuwa does put more effort into their animations and design. Genshin Impact needs to put more effort into skin animations. Another comment about sound design I have is, you know, that ding sound when characters do the resonance liberation? That shiz is the most satisfying sound I have ever heard, and every time I hear it, I have to hold back a moan. It's just that good. But before I give my unjust opinion, I just want to say my account in Wuwa is nowhere capable enough to enjoy the different Wuwa endgame options. Despite I have still tried and have no doubts that I prefer Genshin despite it being quite lacking. But I'm not going easy on it as well because I have a lot of complaints about it too. Like, stop making it stupidly hard without changing the amount of floors. Just add more floors, but don't add rewards so that players don't feel pressured to do them. At least Wuthering Waves doesn't rely on massive HP inflation. HP inflation so bad that they had to create overpowered characters that power crept even the most recent characters. Like, I feel like that that's your own fault at that point. I don't know why people are hating on Genshin, but to me Genshin's story was and always will be amazing. I have enjoyed it since 1.0 and even played from the beginning again just for some nostalgia. And since 5.0, I have maintained 2 accounts just to enjoy the story more, even though it can be redundantly annoying. But I think there's a way to fix this issue. Maybe it was a feature that was already implemented in another game. Anyways, I do hope both games try to make more permanent events because some of the events are actually fun and I wish they stayed so that I can play them casually for fun just to pass the time, especially the ones with story and special equipment. I know the point is that it's supposed to be an event exclusive weapon, but some of them are actually too good and I hate that they're relying on FOMO. So yeah guys, here's are my thoughts on Genshin Impact and Wuthering Waves. Obviously, even though I went hard on them in this video, I just don't hate the games. In fact, I enjoyed them a lot. I still play them a lot. And I just want to get my thoughts out there so that both games can continue to improve. Especially Genshin because it's going through a lot of versus right now. And a lot of its fan base has high expectations. WoW has its own controversies, but it has improved a lot, so I Genshin does too. We can live in a world where we can say we play both and enjoy them equally. But hey, that's all for the video. Thanks for sticking to the end. I know it's been a quite long video, but I didn't want to split it, so thank you for watching. And if you did enjoy, hit that like and subscribe. I'm King Rayon, and signing out. Peace out.